So what are ways to invest in real estate while in the military? Even if you're not stationed in the States or you're stationed overseas, you could definitely still invest in real estate. I'll share those ways in the following video with 5 conventional and unconventional ways. What is up, Money Tribe? Mike Damazo here to help you make sense of dollars. Our mission is to help you get the F out of debt and then build wealth. For this one, we're talking specifically about real estate investing, one of my favorites when it comes to REI. No, not the store that's all the way in Seattle and all that. REI is real estate investing. So you want to challenge the thought of having to invest in real estate. It doesn't just have to be in a place that you're living at or even in the same state. There are a lot of out of state and out of country real estate investors. So right now with my current situation being stationed in Japan, I know there are a lot of military service members that are investing in real estate from overseas. And there are even some that's actually investing while they are overseas. Now that is something that I'll definitely cover in a future video for those that's interested. Real estate investing is the sale or purchase of a land that makes you money. So that piece of land can have a property where you're collecting on rent, or even that piece of land has property and you're selling that land, or that property is something that you're selling where you live there and then just sell it later on. So those are the things that I'll cover with 3 ways in investing with real estate where you're actually actively involved, and then 2 other ways where you're passively involved in real estate. So let me break down the 3 different categories with real estate. First is residential real estate. Think of houses, apartment units, multifamily homes, just anywhere someone can reside in and you're collecting rent or, like I mentioned, selling that piece of property. Then there is commercial real estate. So that goes more into office buildings or retail storefronts. Then there is industrial real estate. So think of warehouses, storage units, or special use of land such as car washes, just to name a few things. So with real estate investing, my reason for why is I know that real estate is one of the best ways to build wealth. For me, just being in the military and relying on that military pension, I knew it wasn't going to be enough. I wanted to use real estate slowly, not, try to acquire as much properties as I can. Just build wealth slowly. Just like Jim Collins said with Get Rich Slowly, his blog was one of the ones that helped me figure out my own path and journey. So I was definitely interviewed by Business Insider. I'll put that link down below just for those that's interested to learn more about how I did it while in the Navy. So for those watching that's still brand new or less than 10 years, you're definitely a jump ahead of being able to take the knowledge that I have acquired and I'm able to pass that down to you, and you're able to spark ways in order to make more money while in service. Definitely use all that while you're in. All right, let's start with the common ways. So number 5, house hacking. This is something I've covered in a previous video with house hacking with your VA loan and how I was able to do it on one of my duty stations. With you watching this, it's definitely a way to jumpstart your way into financial freedom. With house hacking, the goal is to definitely live below your means, so you're finding a place that's covered by your BAH and you're able to pay that all on your own if needed. Bonus is getting roommates to be able to rent out the available spaces that you have that's rooms for rent in your house. Now, the goal is to be able to have those rooms rented that's covering your mortgage. So with that mortgage being covered, the BAH is pocketed back to you in your pocket, and you're able to invest it in Vanguard or Tesla stocks, whatever it is that you want to do. Number 4, buy and hold properties. So as I've mentioned with the house hacking, what I've done with my first property when I was transferring to my next duty station, what I did was look for different property managers within the area that fit my criteria. One of them only charged 8% for management fees. So with that being said, I went with them, and especially the fact that the time that I met her, she was on a call about another house that had a couch that was on the roof. Weirdly enough, I knew which house that was because that was the party house at the time when I was stationed there, and she handled the situation calm, cool, and collectively. I never really told her that, like, hey, I know those people that was like renting that out, and we kind of had that understanding of like, yeah, please don't rent out to people that's gonna party like that for my house. I mean, if she does. Alright, moving on to number 3, it would be live and flip. Say you do have a property that doesn't work out, so it's more profitable for you to sell that property and take the profits from there and reinvest that capital elsewhere, such as Vanguard, or even holding that to make it as a down payment in a multifamily until that multifamily doesn't fall through because the math didn't work out. The biggest thing with investing in properties, or any investments really, is make sure the math works for you. Moving on to not so common ways to invest in real estate, but definitely ones to check out. Now, there are crowdfunding websites to be able to invest in real estate. Some of them are Fundrise, Roofstock, Realty Mogul, just to name a few things. If you want me to cover those websites mentioned, definitely leave a comment down below so that I could, do an in-depth video on Fundrise, Realty Mogul, or Roofstock, whichever ones that you want to, leave a comment below. And number 1, REITs. REIT. REITs is Real Estate Investment Trust. So those are some of the dividend stocks that I've mentioned in my previous video, which I'll definitely have in the descriptions down below. With REITs, you're able to invest in a stock, kind of like how you would invest in Tesla. Now, the REITs I've mentioned before are high paying dividend stocks. So definitely check out those other videos to see which ones I'm talking about. So one of the books that changed my life was something I actually read in my first appointment. The crazy part is I didn't even take action until way later on when I was 28 years old. But I did read this when I was in E3, not really understanding and fully just taking everything in and putting it into action. That book was Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. Another book recommendation I could give to you is The Millionaire Real Estate Investor by Gary Keller. This one definitely helps you see the different ways to invest in real estate and figure out how to do deals. Those 2 books are definitely helpful for those interested in pursuing more and learning more about real estate investing. Alright, so let's recap those 5 ways. Number 5, house hacking. Basic allowance housing, aka BAH, aka a lot of money depending where you're stationed at. Number 4, buy and hold real estate. I did that for a solid 9 months, moved into an apartment with a friend. Then I was able to find the property that I turned into my rental because it was a foreclosure at the time of going there. Number 3, live and flip. Number 2, crowdsource real estate investments. Lastly, number 1, real estate investment trust. Number 10, Ventas, aka stock ticker is VTR, which is currently at $48.39 with a dividend yield of 3.7%. Ventas is a real estate investment trust, aka REIT. Now, you're not limited to just one choice. You could explore one, move on to another, or combine all of them. That way you could continue to build your portfolio. So now I want to share with you my future plans with real estate investing. No, I'm not coming out with a course. No, I don't have an email. Well, I do have an email list, but that's still being developed. If you do want to check it out, links are below. With that being said, my plan with real estate is to own 8 properties. I call it Project 8. The reason being is when I was in the Philippines, we lived in an area that was called Project 8. It wasn't like the projects or anything like that in the States. It was just a neighborhood was called that. And I have that plan to be able to own 8 properties. That's why I titled it Project 8. So now my timeline for that is definitely within the next 10 years. And then when I'm out of the military, I'm definitely going to be looking into commercial real estate, which is something that I'm actively looking at right now with my property manager sending me, commercial real estate that's available. But that's definitely something I want to do once I'm outside and retired from the military so that I can really focus into those deals. For next video, we'll go over my debt-free journey while in the military. If you want 2 free stocks, definitely check the link below with my Webull affiliate links. I'm going to be returning to posting 2 videos a week for the new year and thinking about the idea of doing lives once a month. Let me know what you think down below. Definitely tap that thumbs up for this video. Leave a comment below what you thought of these ways to invest in real estate while in the military. Subscribe if you haven't already. Stay legendary, and I'll see you in the next video. Because I have a special announcement. I don't even know why I said that. If you haven't already, jump. I forgot how many times I clapped.